Oh, I see.
Hello, judges, present audience, and online listeners. My name is Aiden Alawan, and I'm the founder or owner of Quick Cuts, where access to quick and easy access to landscaping comes easy. Okay. Now I'm going to provide the judges with these folders.
Thank you.
You could flip through these and see a version of how my app would look as an example as I'm going through the presentation. So some current problems that I've seen, which made me come up with this idea, is that there are service delays in requesting lawn maintenance and care for your lawn. There are overly high prices and lack of flexibility and customization from lawn service providers. Here at Quick Cuts, we are a consumer mobile app connecting customers to lawn care providers around a certain area to provide them with lawn maintenance and lawn care for their lawn at quick and easy access. We will use satellite images to suggest lawn care options and personalized customizations for the customer to choose what they would want done for their lawn and how they would want it to specifically look, so the lawn care provider could provide that service for them in the way that they would like it. We have bids that will work at prices, making us very competitive with our pricing compared to our competitors and the local landscaping providers that people will generally use compared to us. We will immediately connect the customers with lawn care providers through our app where it comes quick and easy at the fingertips for them to just click on the app and get someone to come straight to them and do the yard work that they're needing. And one thing about our app that I'm very prideful about is it will be very user-friendly, as you can tell that I've been expressing. It's very easy for them to access what they need through our app. For me, I've seen that it's best for me to donate 7% of my profits to the Project Evergreen, which is a nonprofit organization committed to providing a healthy green space around all of Earth and making everything just look better and keeping everything cleaned up. For me, my ideal target market or my ideal customer would be around the ages 35 to 80. At that time, you're probably married or either older and you need someone to have your to come out and do your lawn maintenance for you. They could be any gender, usually higher income level, because they're going to need someone to come do their lawn, and you know they'll need to make profit, so their prices will probably be higher than them doing it themselves. They could be married, any number of kids, usually live in warm regions where landscaping is needed most and where grass grows the most, so they will need all of that lawn care usually. And they will like going outside and looking at their lawn, enjoying how nice it is and always having it nice and clean where nobody rides by and says, hey, look at that. That looks awful. So they wouldn't want that. They're very responsible, very organized. They value looks and style, which we provide here at Quick Cuts through our app, as I said earlier in the customization. With our ideal customer, they'll purchase this about every 1 to 2 weeks, because that's usually how in the time frame that grass grows and things grow, and they'll want everything to be trimmed and cut and cleaned up nice and good every 1 to 2 weeks. With our ideal customer, they'll be very brand loyal. They'll like what they get usually, and they'll find that through our app with what we provide. Some benefits sought by our customer would be customization and quickness, as I've been expressing to you. It's something that we provide through our app. We're very prideful in that, having that easy and quick access to lawn maintenance and everything. In South Carolina, there are about 5.1 million individuals, and of that, around 2.8 million fit our consumer statistics for our application and providing that quick and easy lawn maintenance. For us, the landscaping industry is about a $105 billion annual industry. We have a target population of over 268 million, and of that, 132 million fit our specified industry. Some trends and opportunities that I've seen for us that can help us grow and be a good business is toward instantaneous delivery and driver services such as Uber, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and what is that one called?
Grubhub?
Yeah, Grubhub, and you also have one for groceries too. I forget what it's called.
It's
Yeah, Instacart, that's it. Couldn't think of that for a second there. For us, some ways that we would like to promote is through lawn care magazines. We would like to have an ad in there for people that like to flip through those and see different things that they can have for their lawnmowers and all that thing. We would like social media pop-ups and ads, of course, so people can click on it and get access to downloading our app on the App Store. We can provide business cards on the front as we're growing and just starting out for our customers and people that are interested to grab and get an idea of who we are and how they can get access to our app. I also have established an Instagram business account to grow my business and get it out there, get some popularity, get some people to know me and more about my business. And some potential I've also thought about some potential sponsorships in the future from different big landscaping brands that I can merge with and get my name even bigger in the near future to later future. For us, two competitors that I see is individual self-care businesses and local landscaping businesses that are called for the lawn care servicing. For us, an advantage we have is we provide that quick and easy access, and that we allow the customer to get someone to come to their yard work really quick and easy. It's little to no hassle. It's literally at your fingertips through our application that you just go in and download, find who you want to do your yard work, tell them what you want, and they should be out there to do your work in a short amount of time. Some weaknesses we have, just because we're brand new, we're not as popular yet. We would have to grow as they are. They're usually known in their area because they're local and they'll be referred by people who've had their lawn done by them. And fewer people are willing to do lawn care for others, so that might be dangerous for us because people are getting, lazier and things like that, and they might not want to come through our app and be running around doing yard work for other people. But there's a lot out there that still would like to do that. Some opportunities that I've seen that we can have is people shying away from hiring landscapers. Landscapers are raising their prices and they may put them off and they're not on time, right at access. But with us, we're right whenever you need us. Find someone, they'll be there. And people have no times on their hands to do their own lawn, so they could go through our app, get someone to come and do that for them if they can't do it themselves. So that's a good opportunity for us as well. And as I said earlier, the potential sponsorships, I feel that's a great opportunity for us to grow and expand in the near future. Some threats for us as well, as you all may know, you all have to put gas in your vehicles and your equipment. That's a dangerous thing for us because in lawn care, you got to have gas to run your equipment, and that can be a threat to us as well as the others as well. People have, as I said earlier, people having hired landscapers to come do their own lawn. They're dedicated to who they have, and they trust who they have, and they know what they can do, and they usually have someone to come out there and do their own. But some people are shying away from that. And another threat we could have is some bad reviews from someone not getting exactly what they wanted out of us, and someone coming out there and doing a bad job. But we can leave a bad review, as you may have seen on those folders. You can leave a bad review for who comes out, so the next person can see and not get them to come do their landscaping for them. But the other two, they're just one unit running, so it's kind of hard for them. They have to get here and they're always in a rush. But for us, through our app, there's going to be multiple people that you can choose from to come and do your landscaping. So that'll be a lot easier for us, and that's an advantage for us. And they could be gaining more clients, as I said earlier. If people really like the work that they do, they can start to get popularity and more clientele throughout their area or wherever they do their landscaping at in their area.
Hey, we've got about 10 seconds.
Okay. Oh God. Business financials. One selling unit is a single lawn care through Quick Cuts. We're going to sell it for $65. Cost of direct material is $125, and other variable expenses are $40 for labor, which leaves us at about $23.75 that we're going to make through just one transaction, which needs us to need 11 units to break even every month.
Okay,
That's good. Thank you.
All right. Excellent presentation.
Appreciate that.
So I know you kind of quickly ran over it.
Yeah.
With the, so like, how do you plan on like making money with your business?
Well, we're going to provide that app so people can go through, and we're going to sell it for a certain price, and we're going to have to pay whoever's going to do that labor, and what's left over out of that we will get, but we do have to pay those certain things like a gas allowance and labor fee. But the rest of that, like I said, it'll be about $23.75 in the base profit that we can get from one transaction through our app.
All right.
Hi, good job.
Thank you.
I have a question about your promotional strategy.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So tell me a little bit more about what you plan on doing on social media. I know you have an Instagram account. Are you spending money there?
No, ma'am, not yet. I just have an account to like post things and stuff about my business and get it out there. But I will, like, you know, if you're scrolling through Instagram or something, you'll see an ad and it'll say learn more or download this now. Go to this. We'll kind of do that and provide like a little description of what we are and get people interested in wanting to download our app by providing a description through it.
Good job, Andy.
Appreciate that.
Just a question, how many outsourced people, or let's just say, how many loan service providers do you think you'd have to sell the units that you have there? In other words, are you gonna need 100 providers, or are you gonna need 1,000?
Well, yeah, somewhere around that area. That if you do see, there are a lot of people who are interested in doing lawn care. You always see somebody running a trailer that's got something on it. I always see that in my hometown. So, I mean, that really pushed me to coming up with this idea that I think I could get a lot of people to sign up and come work for my app and go out and do different things for customers. And if they start seeing that quick and easy access, they really like that, then the customers will start going up. And we will need a lot more, but I think we should have that because a lot of people are in the landscaping area of things, and they do those things.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Thank you.
I have a two-part question. Who sets the price of a particular lawn service? You, through the app, or the lawn care provider? And the next one is there a cost for the lawn care provider to be listed on your app?
So we will set the price through our app, and as you've seen in those folders and through those papers, there will be different options for you to get, and depending on what you choose, the price will either increase or decrease. And with that, I just showed you a base price of the basic unit of what you would get. It would be the lowest price, probably $65, and we would pay $40 and $1.25 in extra materials. So that would leave us with about $20-ish in profit. And what was that other question?
Is there a cost for the lawn care provider to be listed on your app?
No, ma'am. You will just sign up for free, and you will enter an application as you've seen it through there, and you will be able to go out and do other lawn work for people, and you'll be able to be seen in our app if you sign up and you are qualified through our whole registration thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank you all for having me. My name is Colin Shedler, and my company is Seats. Have you ever been to a stadium and had to wait in line at those dreaded concessions? I have, and let me tell you, my least favorite part is having to wait and miss half the game. Just last week, I was at a football game, and I went to get a hot dog, and I missed a game-changing play. To solve this issue, I've created Seats. Seats is an app that will allow you to order food directly to your seat, so you don't have to get up and miss those moments. Don't miss a play, have your food brought your way. People who attend sporting events are bound to get hungry and thirsty. You argue amongst your friends, and inevitably, the unlucky fan who has chosen to go to the concessions ends up missing more than half the action. Seats is an app that would allow you to get your food delivered directly to your seat, so you wouldn't have to miss those moments. This would be done by a team of Seats hired employees that would pick up your food from a Seats brand concession stand and deliver it directly to the fan. This would improve fan happiness as well as increasing sales in the stadium. With my grandparents and great-grandparents all serving in the military, I've been inspired to donate 8% of our profits to the USO and Wounded Warriors. I chose the USO and Wounded Warriors because I believe that ex-military members deserve a happy and a healthy life once they leave the military. Research has shown that our average demographic would be between the ages of 35 and 44 years old. They also tend to be male and the middle class. Seats would be founded in Charleston, South Carolina, so our geographics would be originated in Charleston, South Carolina. The average market size would be between 150 to 190 million people who attend sporting events year-long in the United States. The growth for this would be exponential since more people are willing to attend sporting events now that the COVID-19 restrictions have loosened in the stadiums. The food delivery industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry despite the fact that it excludes 90% of stadiums. There are currently no companies offering private delivery of concessions in stadiums. The industry has grown 20% in the past 5 years and is expected to grow from $24 billion to $120 billion by the year of 2025. Seats will be promoted using Jumbotron advertisements, loudspeaker reminders, social media posts, as well as promotional discounts when we are at the games. You will be able to find us on Instagram, Twitter, as well as Facebook. Our two major competitors would be Uber Eats and Stadium Drop. Seats is able to deliver in stadiums. However, our biggest flaw is as well as our greatest strength of only being able to deliver in stadiums. Another threat could be that stadiums could run their own private delivery system. One example of this is the Atlanta Falcons. In certain sections of their stadium, they do offer delivery of their concessions. However, it is only in specific stadiums in specific sections. Uber Eats has a wide client base. However, they do not deliver in stadiums and therefore would not really impact us. Stadium Drop, on the other hand, is able to deliver in stadiums, but the lack of their progress on their app rules them out. We plan on selling a hot dog and regular drink for $18, and we plan on getting them from the stadium at $2 for a hot dog, $2 for a drink, and with $3 for labor, 40 cents for app amortization, as well as $4.50 for venue royalty, our total variable cost would be $11.90, resulting in a $6.10 gross profit margin. With $550 for our total monthly fixed expenses and the $6.10 for our contribution margin, we would need 91 units per month sold in order to break even. With our $18 selling price and 4,608 estimated units sold per year, our total sales would be $82,944. After variable expenses and fixed operating expenses, we are projected of $21,508.80 for our pre-tax profit, and our post-tax profit of $18,282.48. In order to start Seats, we would need a trademark, an app down payment of $10,000, 5 vending trays, and an LLC. This would come out to $11,090. After $5,545 for our emergency fund and $1,650 for 3 months reserve, our total startup investment would be $18,385. This would result in a 99% return on investment and 22% return on sales. In the future, Seats plans on securing our trademark, introducing more locations across the United States, hiring more employees across the United States to work at those locations, as well as franchising Seats to reduce the risk as well as making more profit. I would also like to note that these numbers are just for one stadium. These numbers are just for one stadium, I'm sorry. Seats. Don't miss a play. Have your food brought your way.
Excellent business idea.
Thank you.
My question is about like the cost of goods. I'm also I go to a lot of sporting events, so I saw that in your cost of goods is a hot dog, and a drink were $2?
Yes, sir.
Like, so like, is it like, do you like, is it based off of like the price of like the food vendor that's there, or?
It would vary slightly depending on the food vendor. However, we also plan on buying in bulk, which would hopefully create a discount in which we get the products.
Okay.
Thank you. Good question.
I'll follow up to that. So you are creating your own concession stand as well, or are you just upcharging on the existing concessions there?
We would use the venue royalty to help rent out a concession stand, which we could then sell the concession food that they already have at the stadium.
Okay, okay. Good. I don't know who wants to make a
Super idea.
Thank
I'm
you.
the guy who misses the good play every time, but because I also like to eat that hot dog.
Definitely.
I think you got a great plan here. If
Thank you.
you can implement and get into a stadium and get that figured out, you can go really far with this.
Thank you, sir.
Service limited to sporting events will be available at any event held at the stadium or arena.
That's a great question. I have thought about possibly doing it at concerts that will be held in the arena, as well as any other possible event, such as possibly even a big function such as this on a larger scale that would have concessions available at that time.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Erin Wilson. I am a senior at Georgetown High School, and I have two passions that I would like to present today. So the first passion that I have is, of course, art, as you can see right here. And the second one is my Black community, because I feel like we are strong people, and that is something that people look down on sometimes. So here is my logo, eCanvas.
Art is just a lot of emotions that tells a story. Art is my way of bringing out emotions and telling the stories of the silent in the Black community. I've always had a passion for art. As an artist, my job is to bring communication and feeling. eCanvas wants to bring self-love in you. Look at this painting. How does this painting make you feel? Self-love is the best love.
So one of the main problems that I have noticed is colorism among African Americans. 92% of African Americans have surveyed that they have experienced colorism from other Black Americans. Another one is, at the age of 5, many African American children realize and detect racism. So meaning, I'm this way, I get treated this way, you're this way, you get treated that way, I'm bad, you're good, or I'm good and you're bad. Another thing, I want more diversity in the art business. 3.9% of artists in the United States are African American, and I would like to bring that up. Most art does not show dark skin tone African Americans, so most of the time you see them as a lighter skin tone. Also, many African Americans do not receive recognition that they deserve, the ones that are artists, and you see that we do have a small percentage. So my business description. They're handmade paintings based on African American culture and life, known as Black artwork. I try to spread awareness about the problems in the Black community. So it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Black women are the main target for breast cancer that some people don't really know about. Also, I offer art commissions, so custom paintings. So say for instance, you do not want an original painting that I have, you can go on my website and order a custom painting. Also, I have a meaningful style behind my paintings. All my paintings have a story behind them. They also bring self-love and educate the Black community by selling these paintings. So my social responsibility. eCanvas will help spread information about African American culture. Also, I want to raise awareness about colorism and racism in the Black community. We want to sell paintings based on African American life, encourage other African Americans to learn art. Like I said, we do have a small percentage. Raise awareness about culture and give back to my community, and bring customers' ideas to life with my commissions. Also, eCanvas will donate 5% of the profits to the Village Group. The Village Group is a small Black organization in Plantersville, South Carolina. My target market. So I've had this business for a year, and one thing that I realized is that the ages is 16 and up, African American, and mostly female, but it is for all genders. We're located in, we target the South Carolina, mostly in Georgetown County. Also, some things that I realized, most of my customers are interested in arts and craft. They enjoy decorating. They value their family, which is one of the reasons that they buy commissions and paintings for gifts. They purchase for entertainment. They enjoy shopping and learning. Something that I've seen, they are very loyal to my company, which I really appreciate. They buy paintings every 2 months, always on the lookout for new paintings, and they share my business with others. So my market size, there is 62,680 people that live in Georgetown, South Carolina, 19,055 African Americans, but only 13 and 6 could possibly shop with eCanvas. The potential growth size that eCanvas is going for is 15,000. My industry analysis. So the global market size is 50 billion. The global online art sales amount to 12.4 billion, and art began 40,000 years ago for people to communicate. Trends and opportunities, they trend in modern canvas art and urban art, which is cultural art, which is what I have right here. Also opportunities for people with open minds, which is me. So if you like going to the art museum, drawing and creating, this is a great opportunity for you. The promote strategy. A good thing is socializing. I would like to thank my mother for that and Ms. Jackson, thank you. My business cards that I created, which I hand out to the judges. My social media, I have Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I also have a website where my customers use to buy my paintings. Local community events and pop-up shops. I recently had, in June, I had a pop-up shop for Juneteenth. We had plenty of Black vendors. My SWOT analysis for eCanvas, our strength is reasonable prices. Since I have this business for a year, I have a good relationship with my customers, which I do appreciate. My weaknesses, I am not well known. I am a smaller business. My opportunities, I offer custom commissions, which is custom paintings. My threats, I have bigger businesses stealing art, which is something that is real big in the art community. So people see that and they don't really recognize you and they steal your art, especially if you don't sign your name. So competitor number 1 is the Art Harbor Gallery, which is in Georgetown, South Carolina. Their strengths, they're more experienced in art, well-known. Weaknesses, they have higher prices, do not offer commissions. Opportunities, they are a larger business and they have plenty of artists that can benefit recognition. Threats are lower prices. We have Clark Heavens Gallery. Their strengths is they're very well-known and the artists are licensed in art. Weaknesses, they have higher prices and they do not offer commissions. Opportunities, they have events in the community so they can join, and another threat is lower prices as well. Business finance, so for my 1 unit is the Reach for the Stars painting, which is 16 by 12 right here. It goes for $80. My materials comes out to be $5.12. My cost of labor is $50. So the total variable expenses come to $55.12. So my gross profit is $24.88. My monthly expenses, which is the website, is $46, and monthly break units is 2 units. My income statement. So with the selling price unit, of course, $80, the number of units sold, $36, and the total of sales is $2,880. This all comes out nearly to the year net profit is $292.13. So my startup expenses, of course, I will need canvases to paint on, my gloss for my paint to seal so it look good, and also my paint, my bubble shipping bags, and my business cards, which comes out to be $84.69. My emergency funds is $200, and the total startup investment is $422.69, and 69% on return investment, 10% on returns on sales. My future plans for my business, my short-term plans is to make books for kids because I do believe in learning early. Also sell stickers and prints because I think everyone loves stickers and everyone loves prints. And a long-term goal is I want to open up an art studio, so bigger business and more artists. Also personal Personally, I would like to get all A's in high school, which is I'm doing right now. Also, I would like to reach to the national goal in FBLA this upcoming year because I did make it to the national level last year. My long-term goal, I would like to graduate from Claflin University, which is a HBCU in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Would like to become a tattoo artist and start my own tattoo business. And thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank
Your
you.
paintings are beautiful. That's awesome. Keep
Thank
doing
you.
that no matter what.
Thank you.
How long does it take you to make one painting?
So it really depends on the size and the details, but if you have a commission, I usually tell you 7 to 10 business days, or sometimes around, it really depends, so 12 to 10, 10 to 12 if it's a big size, but I will let you know as long as you tell me what you would like, I will tell you in advance.
All right. Could you tell me a little bit more about, like, since you're on like TikTok, so like, can you tell me a little bit more of like how do you like create content on TikTok?
So like the first video that you'll see, I'll like show those type of videos of me creating the canvas, or also more so like of, how can I describe it? More like funny little comments, if you understand.
You have great creativity,
Thank you.
and you know what you want, and you have a mission. I think that's great.
Thank you.
Hi, Erin. I'm big on erasing racism. And my question to you is, besides the art itself, how will you raise cultural awareness or share the meaning behind an artwork with potential customers?
So like I said, my paintings are meaningful. So if you go to my website and you click on one of the paintings, I have like a little poem that I'll have. So when you get the painting, I will have a little card in the inside with the envelope, and I also have the link to the Village Group. Like I said, it's a Black organization in Plantersville, South Carolina, so you can go to that link and try to join to the Village Group.
Love it.
Thank you.
Are you currently making things like prints and stickers, like you said, something, that you can reproduce what you've, your main product and sell that consistently?
Not quite yet, but I have been looking into making books for kids because that is really something that I really want to do. Because my grandmother, she does, she has her own daycare at her house, and I was like, maybe I can start selling books with her. But yeah.
Good, awesome, great job.
Thank you. Any more questions? Good? Okay.
Hello everyone. As she said, I am Troy Gallant, CEO and founder of Front Row Freedom, a clothing brand based in Ladson meant to inspire not only everyone who wears the clothes, but the people around them. Front Row Freedom I originally created over past experiences I've had. I've had a lot of trouble coming to terms with how I dress, how I look, and a lot of things that I do. As seen with my hair today even, I've dyed it recently to do something that I've wanted to do for years. I finally found that I was able to find the inspiration and bravery to do it through this brand. And I hope that I can bring that experience to everyone else. Now where's that clicker? There we go. And as I say, live for freedom, live for you. With that said, as I mentioned, the problem today that a lot of clothing brands, they are either low quality, they don't have good clothes, the stitching will be shown out and everything. They might have expensive costs that a lot of people can't afford. Maybe hundreds of dollars for a t-shirt. That, or they might just be too bland, some people would say. A lot of others would say lack of creativity inside of their colors or designs. However, we want to face that problem by showing new designs and new colors that aren't seen very often. As you can see here, we currently have 2 designs on 4 different items. We have 2 crew necks and 2 sweatshirts. As you can see, the first collection is currently based off of different pantheons, so all people of all different places, beliefs, and religions may find hope and may find freedom in this. We have currently a hoodie based off Thor and a hoodie based off Odin. And as she mentioned, they are lightweight and breathable, and they're able to keep you warm during colder climates, but also keep you maybe just a little bit cooler during warmer climates, so that way you can wear the hoodie year round. Now, we also have eccentric designs, as you can see, with these bright, bold colors of the bright orange and the bright blue, but we also have inexpensive costs for the hoodies and crew necks. The crew necks running about $40, $45, and the sweatshirts running about $50. That's with shipping. Now, our business description is, as she said right there, so I won't go over that again with you all. However, our social responsibility responds with the Kids in Art Foundation. I know that myself, I struggle with a lot of mental health issues. So with the Kids in Art Foundation, they help struggling kids and struggling teens around the world with maybe artistic abilities or just an outlet to get their emotions out. And with that said, we want to offer supplies, not only maybe art supplies, pencils, pens, Copic markers, but we also want to offer opportunities where we can go out and run fundraisers where we can give these kids t-shirts and vinyl heat presses to go ahead and make their own t-shirts through their own art, really inspire themselves and let them wear their own creativity and strength. Now our target market is, as you can see up here, 14 to 30 years old with all gender and all ethnicities embraced. We have about 89 million people because, as you can see, we have the Low Country, Charleston, and any real SC surrounding area through flea markets and many other vendor events. And we're looking for people that are very creative. They love bold colors and they're very fashion forward and just love taking risks through their clothes. And with creative characteristics, we're looking at maybe people who shop at places like Spencer's or Hot Topics, so that way we might be able to put our clothes in them. However, we also want to have people who might like video games or might even just watch anime, such as Naruto, Attack on Titan, or Erased. And with that all said, as I mentioned earlier, we want people who might wear hoodies year-round. Now, our industry analysis shows that the industry is worth about $2.5 trillion. And 96% of clothing brands do fail within the first 10 years. That has to do a lot with either market relevancy or problems just getting their designs to be liked. Because a lot of times, clothing brands can struggle with the issue of finding a lack of creativity in their own artwork. And they can be a lot of copy and paste, such as Supreme and Gucci. Now, we want to tackle this with trends such as maybe using smaller influencers, maybe people on Twitch or Instagram or even TikTok who might have just a couple 100,000 followers or might be able to reach a couple thousand people per day. We can get them out there, and through our website, we can offer discount codes of maybe 5 to 10% off. That way people will be more inclined to buy our clothes. Along with, we want to use our own social media platform, Front Row Freedom. You can find it on Instagram. To tackle this problem by wearing our clothes and posting pictures and posting friends of wearing them, and even allowing people to DM pictures of them wearing our clothes and post them and tag their accounts, so we can not only reach them, we can also reach their own followers. And then along with a winter release such as now will allow us to have a very big boost in sales through the colder climate coming around, with sweatshirts and crew necks being very popular. Now our SWOT analysis will show that while we do have bold and unseen designs and colors, we're not very well known, and we have a very slow production currently. However, as I mentioned, we have an abundance of flea markets in South Carolina, especially in the Low Country area. Along with, we're in a high tourist area, such as downtown Charleston, where we are now. However, a very big threat is our advertising might not take off. There is no guarantee that our advertising will take off no matter how well it is. And along with, there's no guarantee that our designs will be liked. And then finally, we have other small business brand competitors, such as other small business or fashion brands. And as I mentioned earlier, you have Gucci. While they're well known and recognizable through just their name or just their brand name and their brand symbol, the G, they have established channels, they are very expensive. As I mentioned, sometimes hundreds of dollars for a single t-shirt. And that will allow a lot of knockoffs to come through with, as I said, flea markets. A lot of times people will sell these knockoffs at flea markets for cheaper. But they do have continued growth through the brand name itself and through other events that they have through these channels. But as I mentioned, the knockoff threats, but also the luxury brand competition. Gucci goes against many other high quality brands such as Supreme or even just Prada. There's many luxury brands that they can't handle. However, with Dark Sports, they are a gym fashion brand, very well known in their circle, along with very loyal customers. However, they're not able to grow much outside of their circle. Seeing as it's a gym brand, they can't do much to expand past that gym society. However, with their loyal customer base, they're able to find new customers through those customers telling their friends. Along with, They have a very high promotion mix through their specialized marketing, I would say. However, their stagnation and decline in growth comes from a lot of, sometimes, as seen, January having a very big growth inside of people joining the gym, and then it dissipating throughout the year. Now, our business financials show that, and I will be going over only one sweatshirt for this one, not the crew necks. It will be about $50. And we're looking at about $13.93 for our cost of materials, around $12.93 for a sweatshirt from the company that I'm buying from, along with around $1 for the supply cost that it just costs to print it on. So we're looking at about $36.07 in profit for one sweatshirt, which will allow about 2 units broken even, since we'll be putting around $30 per month into advertising and $10 per month to making sure that we have enough ink. Now, our income statement shows that we're predicting around 120 sales from sweatshirts just in 1 year, which will be about 10 per month. That will leave us with around $6,000 in just 1 year of sales, which, after putting in the variable expenses, the fixed operating expenses, and the 15% tax, that will leave us with about $3,300. Now, our startup expenses were more expensive than a lot of others will find, because we want to make sure that we have this high quality. As you can see, we have, for the 14 blanks, for the 2 samples and 12 that I'm putting in stock, that's about $181 from the manufacturing company I've bought from. And with our graphic designer, he charged us about $40 for just the sweatshirt designs. Along with it, costs around $200 to get all the needed ink and the screen pressing materials that I need personally. And we also put around $120 in a 3-month reserve, just in case we might run out of ink too fast because of unpredicted sales, or we might have to go buy more sweatshirts or more crew neck blanks because of increase in sales, which puts it around $541 inside of a total startup expenditure, which, as you can see, gives us about 605% of return on investment and 55% of return on sales. Now, our future plans is short term, we're really going after designing new prints. As I might have mentioned, I can't remember if I did, we are aiming towards maybe jean jackets with Achilles on it. We're aiming for sweatpants with maybe Loki, or a zip-up hoodie with something relating to Pandora's box. Many other ideas and many other things that we can expand on through our business. And we also want to increase our production rates. With the sales going up, we're hoping that we might be able to rent a apartment complex, or just an apartment in general, sorry, where we can put a screen printing, I don't know how to describe it because it's got materials in there. I can say that for now. But we also want to, long term, we want to create and grow our online influencer. We no longer want to just wait for this. We no longer want to just have this out there. We want to inspire people through our name and through our logo. And finally, before I have to stop, we want to increase our logo and brand recognition, so when people see us, they see us and our mission, not a name. I'm Troy Gallant, CEO and founder of Front Row Freedom. Thank you for your time.
Excellent presentation.
Thank you, sir.
So, how do you plan on paying yourself?
How do I plan on paying myself? Currently, we're looking at profit-wise, we're putting about $40 back into the business through profit for sweatshirts, and about $10 into my own pocket. And that's per sale, which I would take out at the end of the month.
Are you selling shirts right now?
I'm actually about to go ahead and go to Staples and go ahead and get the last needed supplies, so production will start in about 2 weeks.
Awesome, that's awesome. How do you plan on getting your product to people? I know you kind of touched on it with flea markets, but will you have a website or something, Instagram shop?
Actually, with this competition we're using it to expand our business. We are looking with the prize money to go ahead and put it into a website, get a good graphic designer, and get this marketing out there. That way our website's all ready to go and we can go ahead and get this advertising started.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. So tell me the material of the shirts.
So we're using Gildan 10800s, which is a thinner but thicker sweatshirt at the same time. It's more cotton than anything else,
Okay.
with about 80% cotton.
And the colors are variable colors or all black?
Currently for the designs, all black because of limited supplies, but as we grow, we want to expand into new colors, like green sweatpants when we have our sweatpants drop.
Thank you so much.
Of course, sir.
What is the meaning behind your brand again?
The meaning behind the brand is to be able to be yourself. We want everyone to be able to be whoever they want, wherever they want, whenever they want, without feeling like they have to be somebody else's vision of them.
Good job.
Thank you, ma'am.
How's everybody doing tonight? All right, so first of all, I only have 8 minutes, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. I'd first like to thank ECM, YEScarolina, for giving me the opportunity to come up here. I'd like to thank our wonderful judges for giving me the opportunity to speak to them about this. I'd like to thank our wonderful audience. I'm founder of Grocer Ease. We are a grocery delivery service, and what we do is we're just like every other grocery delivery service, but the main thing that sets us apart is we also put the groceries away, and that solves a very important problem that I'll get to right away. So the problem is some people don't have the time and or ability to get groceries and much more put them away. I used to work in a grocery store, and I got the idea for this business because I'd often have more elderly people or busy people. They joke to me, and it's like, you want to come home and put them away for me? Now I've only had someone to put them away. So, and that I tell people about this story, and they'd be like, that's a good business idea. And then I was like, oh yeah, you're right. And so as I said, we deliver groceries and we put them away. And that's really what sets us apart from our competition, which I will get to whenever we get to talking about our competition. My social responsibility is I would like to help and put back to my community by working with Meals on Wheels. They're a company that helps bring food to people's doors, and that's basically what we do as well. We bring food to people's doors. And I've also put my own time and money into Meals on Wheels, and I really appreciate what they do. And I feel like it just goes hand in hand with what we do, bread and butter. So my target market, it's pretty vague. We mostly go to people ages like 40 to 90, usually more above 40 because we're just aiming towards like more elderly people because they're the ones that I saw during my time in grocery struggle the most. But the beauty of this is everybody needs groceries. So really important about my industry is that, so what really started to make grocery delivery boom was the fact that the pandemic, and so a lot of people was getting stuff delivered because couldn't leave their house. And so as of by 2024, it's going to grow by 66%, and it was worth $24 billion as of 2020. The sad part about that is that number has went down as people began to began to leave their house and go get their groceries on their own again. But the best part about that is that more people have been introduced into this industry, allowing us to have a bigger market in this kind of industry. As for promotional strategy, very big. I've gotten an Instacart ad just about every hour, every day since they became a company. And so, works for them, works for me. Our whole thing is talking about how groceries, it is kind of a pain. I don't really think a lot of people like to go get groceries. I know I don't. So, as we say, groceries are a drag, but they don't have to be. And as for my promotional strategy, and this are competitors. The issue that all of our competitors have is that each one is exactly the same as the other, not just down to what they do, it's also how their interfaces look and how their promotional strategy is, and so we're going to try and differ away from what they do. So we don't really have any variable expenses, mainly just because, or like startup expenses, mainly just because it doesn't take much. You just need a car, a pair of working legs, and the ability to go get groceries. And so as for what we charge, so for what we charge, we tend to charge anywhere from about it's like 120 to 300, and that's just depending on it's mainly focused on what the customer gets, and we don't really charge that much for delivery except what it costs, like reimbursement and gas, and all that stuff would be calculated in our app, allowing for easy access to our users. And so our yearly net profit after our variable expenses, and this is like paying our employees, it comes down to $1,855, which doesn't sound like much, but when it's a company that's so simple and doesn't have any expenses to begin with, you can really go far with $1,800. And as for my startup expenses, like I said, it's really just our emergency fund, our 3-month reserve, because, like I said, it doesn't take much to run this business. And so we get a return on investment of 281% and a return on sales of 22%. And our future plans is to have more, really work on this app and get it more convenient so we can really go head to head with our competition. And I would once again like to thank our judges for listening to what I had to say. And I can now move on to any questions you guys may have.
great presentation. So I would say my question would be like, since the company's not like an app-based company, like how do you customers plan to place an order?
Right now, it's through what we're doing right now, or planning to do right now. It's just through so a lot of these grocery stores now, they have all the prices online. So we can since one of the things about companies, we're very one-on-one with our customers, first name basis kind of thing. So we'll be able to calculate that with them, and we'll be working with them constantly. So it'd be it's going to be really trust-based at the moment until we can get our app up and running.
Are you planning to scale this company in any way? Maybe hire some people or
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Grocer in particular?
Yeah, with that app, my presentation did have the fact that I just forgot to mention that Publix is partnered with Instacart, and that has done wonders for them. The grocery store I did work for at the time was Publix, and we had Instacart orders all the time, and it really did wonders for the company. Really shot them to where they are now.
Probably a good place to start with somebody that's already built out a little bit. So that's good, smart.
I think it's a great idea, especially the part with the elderly people of being able to maybe put them up. I don't know how exactly you market that, but I think if you can pull that off, making the customer happy as far as putting them up for someone who couldn't actually lift them and put them in the shelves, etc., then it could be successful. But you do need to figure a little expensive for that fuel in your car.
Yes, sir. It's very important for us with the whole fluctuating fuel market at the moment that we have that more sorted out and add that into like the variable expenses of when we calculate the orders.
Okay, you say with Grocer Ease, would they also do the shopping for customer or only pick up and deliver? You do the shopping, the pick up and deliver?
Yeah, we shop for them, we drive it to their house, and we put the groceries away for them. The whole 9 yards.
Is the price included in that service?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that one price
It's so it's
for everything you want done?
So it's the variable of gas plus it's $15 delivery, and then how much their order was, and we do have a max price of around $300, and so if their order is something very small, something like just like a couple things, we'd be willing to go down on that price, but our max price would never go over that, just to further build the trust with our customer and make them feel welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Without further ado, we're going to announce the winners. 5th place goes to Aiden Alwine from Westside High School. 4th place goes to Bryson Anderson from also Westside High School. And 3rd place goes to Troy Gallant from Dorchester High School. Goes to Erin Wilson from Georgetown High School. Come on. And 1st place, $3,000 goes to Colin Shedler. Thank you all. Appreciate it.